Hey, this is Moo. Welcome back to the exciting adventures of Creepy Bald Uncle, the world's best PvPer. And starting up by looking for the first skill I need. And holy cow, why is it so expensive here? It's like the first skill you should really know. I mean, propulsion jamming, it costs so much, and then I realize, well, maybe I have to go to this other station because they're more likely to have the other skills, which I guess I don't really need to inject them, but I may as well, just to keep the EVE economy rolling. I mean, once you have propulsion jamming, what else do you need? But that's fine. So I'm going to undock, and here comes Oregon saying, "No, please don't leave me." Like a needy ex-girlfriend. Leave me alone. I have a destiny fulfill. Can you offer me a help topic that tells me how to shut you the hell up? No? Fine, I'll hit that little X button. I'll press warp, and away we go. So now I'm docked in the Imperial Academy, and look at that cool looking noob ship. I really kind of want to take it out right now and start pewing, but I guess I should get this book first, and so I'll do that. Inject the skill. Probably some other skills that I might want. I mean, not that I really need them, to be awesome, but I suppose I should get some kind of propulsion skill so I could get to the people before they run away in fear when they see me in local. I mean, look at that face. That's just terrifying. And then I decide, well, maybe I should pick some other skills to inject. So I'm going to show them all, and I'm going to go through a careful filtering process of what skills I'm going to buy and not buy based on whether or not they have a green check mark next to them. Yeah, I'm just going down the list and picking up a bunch of books, and I'll inject them all. I mean, it's going to... EVE does take time to train skills, but I'll tell you, the thing that can't be trained is true skill at PvP. That's the heart of a warrior, and just by looking at Creepy Bald Uncle, you know that he has the heart of a warrior. Look at that guy. I mean, it's just terrifying. But, just in order to keep the economy running and have some missings, I'll pick up a bunch of skills that maybe I might need later, and then I'll put them all in the queue, and they'll just run. I'm pretty sure that these will all be trained by the time I actually fly somewhere where I want to pick up my first awesome PvP ship. They should be done by then. Infomorph psychology, really? Yeah, I'm just running down the list now. Shield op, not really ideal for an Amar, but that's okay. I mean, I guess it'll help. I mean, everyone will be really surprised when they see me coming out in like a shield tank coercer or something. I mean, I hear those things are totally boss. You've got two mid slots. You've got one for point and one for shield extender. It's a perfectly reasonable setup. I think it'll work out well. And look at that. I've already trained a skill. I'm so good at this game. But once I pick up all these skills, I'm going to have to go somewhere where I can get a ship. And, yeah, it's true, I already do have a ship, but I want something a little more fearsome. Plus, I really like the lines, the etching on my noob ship. I'd rather not get them scratched up. So I'm going to go get something a little bit tougher. I figure probably... I mean, a battlecruiser or a dread would, just draw too much attention, so I'm probably going to go with something like a Punisher, I guess. Punisher, it doesn't seem too intimidating, but in the right hands, like my hands, it'll be amazing. So here I go. I'm going to head off to Amar, which is the local trade hub. I'll pick up my ship. I'll fit it out. I already have some fits that I'm thinking of, and then I'm going to head directly to go and pick a fight with someone. And I think it'll work out perfectly well. I can't imagine what could go wrong. So first, let me pick up a hull. I mean, the Punisher looks a little bit strange, but I guess that's all right. Kind of. I mean, people like to say like the Galente ships tend to be a little bit phallic, but really the Punisher also falls in that category, which is fine. I mean, that's how you measure your space penis anyway. And now, just to give my opponents an even chance, and not for any economic reason whatsoever, I'm going to pick out my components based on what is cheapest at the station. you know, just to make it sporting. So I'll take a look at the Tech 1s, and then I look at the afocals, and it looks like there's a couple that are pretty cheap. The others are too expensive, and it would just make things way too easy for me. So I'll pick up a few of the afocals. I'm going to assemble my awesome ship here, and I'm going to start dropping the guns into it. Look at that thing. Look at it! Where are they? There they are. Okay. So now I'm going to drop them in there, and I guess, you know, it does help to do a little bit of extra damage if I had crystals in them. You know, I'll pick those up if I can think of it. Then I realized that I'm going to need capacitor emissions, which I neglected to pick up just to use Nosferatu, or a neutralizer. So I'll pick that up and inject it and put it in the queue. And now, it's a little disappointing that I can't mount one right away. But I guess I could pick up the rest of this stuff for the ship. So I guess I want a plate. You know, I'm looking for that kind of classic bleeder NOS plate setup. So again, gonna go look through the list, and you know, there's really not that much of a difference. So I may as well just go Meta-4. It's not gonna cost me that much more than the others. And then I realized that I've hit a bug. Apparently, I cannot equip the thing without training some other skill up. And I mean, come on, it's got to be a bug in the game. There's no other possible explanation that I wouldn't be able to put a plate on my ship. But fine, no problem. Here you go. Take your hidden fee. I'll pick up that skill and inject it. So in the meantime, I guess I'm going to have to pick up, let's see, a damage control. Can I even use a damage control yet, or are they going to hit me with some other hidden fee? Let's find out. Yeah, well, luckily it's the same skill, so, and it's at a lower level, so I'll be able to use that pretty soon. Meanwhile, let's go take a look at the other stuff I need, and I'll pick them out using my same careful method of picking out whatever meta item is cheapest in the list. And then I realize I kind of want a heat sink so I can do more damage, but I can't because I haven't bothered to train weapon upgrades yet. So I'm going to have to reprioritize that. And then I'm going to look at a bunch of other skills because, I mean, who knows what other kind of roadblock CCP will throw my way. I guess I can't really complain about it too much because they probably know how great I am already. They're just trying to make things a little more difficult with me just to keep kind of a balanced sandbox running. So that's fine. Let's just pick up a bunch of other stuff which we might need. And this part of the process can be a little bit depressing just because, I mean, I'm pricing out and I'm buying a bunch of components that I can't actually use yet. Just because of these sort of training roadblocks. And they say EVE is a game of patience, but I mean, come on, man. I'm like half an hour old already. Shouldn't I already be out there, like, picking fights and stuff? I guess I could be, but maybe I'm being a little bit too cautious. Maybe an hour to wait is better. But in the meantime, I can pick a name for my ship. Oh, and I cannot name it Super Gold Phallus of Awesome because that's too long. I'll just have to go with Awesome Gold Phallus. That's fine. And now I just have to wait a while. Hurry up and wait. It's a little big part of EVE. In order to finish my skills so I can fit the rest of these components. And meanwhile, I'm going to take a look at the map and see if I can find a good place to go. I have seen some videos before about, you know, people saying use the map to find a fight. And I've taken that lesson to heart. I mean, you know, even though I am great, let it not be said that I can't learn from other people's advice. And so I went so far as to figure out how to open the map. And I figured that the rest would just kind of take care of itself. I'm just kind of poking around here, seeing which systems are lighted up, which ones have a lot of ships destroyed, which ones have, very careful criteria for selecting where to get a good fight. And my most important criteria are there people there, and how far do I have to go? Because, come on. I'm kind of a homebody, really. The fight should really come to me. That's what I think. But eventually I find a system that I think is going to work okay, and I'll just save that information for later, and I'll get back to waiting. Well, it's been at least a minute and a half, and I think that's just about as long as any EVE player could be asked to wait. So, I'm just going to do it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drop my repair system and my energy vampire and my cargo. I'm going to set up for my medical plan because apparently you have to do that. I'm not sure exactly why. I'm not going to bother insuring my ship because I'm just so great that this ship will probably last me at least a year or so, and then I'm going to head out.